go. I think you got him.
Fuck him. What is happening, all you sexy YouTube warriors out there? Range Day Bro back at it again, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Law Tactical ARIC. Let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Law Tactical Folder ARIC. This is their AR internal carrier. If you guys noticed something a little different, yes, the stock is folded, and yes, you can cycle the action. That is why it is called the AR internal carrier, or ARIC for short. So as always, guys, let's talk disclaimers. What is my relationship with Law Tactical? So they did send me out this ARIC right here, as well as a few other ones, which we'll talk about in a moment. But I have had this folder for many, many years, since before I even started the channel. I do love their folders, so I've been a fan of theirs for a long time. And I did ask them to send out this AR internal carrier because when I saw it came out, I thought it was a pretty cool concept and I wanted to get my hands on it. All right, so let's talk overview, guys. What is the ARIC? Why does it exist? So pretty much it's a hybrid bufferless system that functions on guide rods. It allows the AR-15 platform, or direct impingement platform, to remain semi-automatic when paired with the Law Tactical folder, so you could shoot it in the folded position. So this thing right here, you see it go back and forth and the stock is folded. So that is the reason it exists when it works. So the whole point of this product is to allow you to fight to the stock, meaning if you're working out of vehicles, confined spaces, if you're drawing these from concealment from a bag. So it is buying you time shooting semi-auto so you could deploy the stock and actually shoot the gun like it's supposed to be shot with the stock deployed. Maybe that's the reason the ATF wants to take all the stocks away, so you can't shoot accurately when they're coming to collect. Because let's face it, no one's actually shooting a gun folded unless you're in a Hollywood movie or a gangster or just somebody who has no clue how to actually handle firearms. This is the most inaccurate way for you to shoot the gun. So the ARIC is supposed to buy you time and keep you in the fight until you can deploy your stock. All right, so let's talk about my experience. Coming from the creators of the Law Tactical folder, one of the most innovative, heavy-duty, well-running, well-made, well-respected folders in the industry for the AR-15 platform, I was expecting nothing less of the ARIC. However, in my experience, this thing is less than ideal, is the nicest way I could put it, as far as reliability goes with my current setup. So let me just start by saying I don't get joy out of giving negative reviews there, but at the end of the day, you guys are here to see an unbiased review, and this thing performed suboptimally to say the least. But with that being said, Law Tactical has taken my feedback. They are helping me and working with me to work through these issues. So if you do buy one of these, or if you have one of these already, you can rest easy knowing that they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that your gun is functioning properly with their product. Because even though this capability may seem a little made up or over exaggerated to some of you, it would be nice to have this capability and still maintain the reliability of the AR platform. So before I dive into what Law Tactical's response was and them trying to help me troubleshoot the issues, let me just talk about what comes in the box. So number one, this is a compromised system. There's only so much they can do to fit a bufferless system into an upper receiver of a mil-spec AR-15. So they had to make some compromises, and those compromises kind of lead to this system being a lightweight carrier. In essence, any kind of hang up or any kind of misinstallation, let's say, or if the barrel or the lugs aren't clean, anything that could slow that BCG down is actually going to cause malfunctions, and those are the malfunctions that I experienced. So again, the warnings that you see right here are all over the place. Warning, make sure you read installation. They have multiple installation videos with Brownells. At least they're being proactive and kind of pointing these things out to everybody, because you do have to take a lot more care in installing one of these. All right, so right off the bat, when you open up the box, there's plenty of warnings telling you that you must install this properly for it to work. Unlike a regular mil-spec BCG where you can just drop in, run it dry, wet, anything, and it'll just run pretty reliably if you have a good system. This thing is a much more lightweight system. So you have this really small carrier up here. It's super lightweight. You can see these guide rods are pretty thin. Again, this is a compromise in order to make this fit in mil-spec upper receivers. So they had to kind of work within the confines of the upper receiver of the AR-15. And so this system is a lot more finicky. I haven't gotten mine to run yet. However, they did send me a couple other models, the unsuppressed version. This is actually the I version, which isn't readily available for sale because this is apparently a very specific spring weight on this that works primarily with Sons Liberty Gun Works 13.7-inch barrels. So they sent me this one as well because that's what I was doing my test with, and I had the suppressed model originally on that gun with the Sierra 5 13.7 barrel again, and I had many issues almost every other round, it seemed like, for my review process. I did about 400 rounds through that gun, and as you can tell from the footage, there were many malfunctions. The malfunctions I was experiencing, according to my gunsmith at my local gun shop, was that the bolt itself was failing to fully go into battery. It was about half battery, and so what looked like light primer strikes were in fact this thing was not fully in a battery. So I called Law Tactical and they were very helpful. They sent me some troubleshooting troubleshooting guides. They also sent me out a couple more carriers. And for you guys, they would do the exact same thing, except you'd have to send your old carrier back. They'd send you a new one. So if you had an issue where your gun, your upper, your lower, whatever, if you went through all the troubleshooting steps and found out that it wasn't the installation of the Law Tactical, it wasn't any of the other things that they point out as maybe an installation error, then they'll have you send your old ARIC back and they'll send you the one that they believe would work better. And again, the eye isn't really available for sale because it's not optimized for 90% of systems according to Law Tactical. The suppressor, unsuppressor, all you can really buy. However, again, these guys have been extremely helpful in trying to help me get this thing to run. So we'll have a follow-up video for you guys to talk about the troubleshooting and whether or not I got these things to run reliably. So anyone who's considering to buy one of these, all I would say is that you have to be willing to take some considerable effort and thought and time to ensure that everything is installed properly. It is properly lubricated because this is a hybrid system. These springs and these guide rods need to be heavily lubricated. There's a small break-in period. So you want to make sure that you have enough time and energy and you're going to do it properly if you're going to look into buying one of these. What I will say, a lot of guys will say, hey, you know, the AR-15 platform isn't meant to be shot folded. So yeah, you're making compromises. You're messing with the reliability of the system. Well, there's a few advantages to the AR-15 platform over something like the SIG Spear. So if you want to keep your AR-15 upper receiver with the accuracy of a DI system, with the lightweight front end of a DI system, with all your attachments, everything's still on there, you don't want to have to go buy a whole nother gun. This could be a decent option for you. Again, if you're willing to take the time, ensure it works for you with your gun, your lower, your upper, your setup reliably, and those guys will work with you. But again, I just don't see the vast majority of people taking the time to do all these things and be so careful when installing and troubleshooting to actually make this a viable solution for a lot of people. Now, I definitely think there's some people that could benefit from this. And again, I'll be coming out with a follow-up review, hopefully in the near future, where I can talk about how I solve those issues. But for right now, I'm left just saying, unless you're in that super specific niche of people who want to have the ability to fight to your stock with an AR-15, shoot it folded, then I wouldn't necessarily go out of your way to get this. But if you have a Law Tactical folder, you want all those capabilities, then again, this is probably the only thing on the market right now that can solve that problem if you get it to run properly. Well, for right now, guys, we're going to wrap up this video. Until the future, we'll have a follow-up video, hopefully showing you guys how I was able to correct these issues. But I hope you guys found this video informative and I hope you learned something. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay dangerous. Range It Bro, out.